I've just been beamed down from Moon Base 1. I'm stationed on Moon Base 1. It's been a station we've had it there for years and years, in line with the Anunnaki. And I've come down, there's some misconceptions going on in Earth. And I'm reporting also this back to Intergalactic Center. Because at the Intergalactic Center, they report things from the mass broadcasting spectrum over there. And they think the Earth has become the funniest place in the galaxy, in this galaxy at least, especially the humans are now seen as a funny species in the galaxy, because they are thinking they can change the climate. So I've just been beamed down tonight to explain something about the Antarctic, because there's misconceptions going on Earth about the Antarctic is losing more ice. Well, it's like saying a big fat person is losing more weight than a thin person. They're bound to be able to. You see, the Antarctic, as we have observed from space, has been, or our records show, has been gaining ice for 35 million years. Because 6 months of the year, it's dark. The Antarctic, so it blows up all this ice. But what has happened is, it said it's the driest continent on Earth, and it is, but that's misleading in a way, because it's not dry. There are stuff there you can melt and make water with, called ice. Now, but the ice is brought from the tropics and the humid zones, where it's much more humid, and because it's much more humid, the moisture is taken down to the Antarctic, where it's very dry, because it's so cold, there can't be any humidity. That's what they mean by the driest continent on Earth. But that is misleading. Because each year, it's estimated, it's a variable, of about 100 million tons of water. I've only got a few minutes to do this, then and beam me back up, so I do apologise. Look, each year, 100 million tons of water gets in ice and snow gets deposited on the Antarctic. It's building. It's 2 kilometres high, and it's getting higher every year. How much it's getting higher every year, I don't know. I'm not privy to that record, but it's just a matter of ice cores, and it's whatever it is each year. But it's built up every year. We're in a continent the size of the continent of Australia, so it's a pretty large area to be building up all this ice upon. And what happens is, because of gravity, 2 things are happening because of gravity, and because of a thing called isostasy, which no one seems to want to mention on Earth, like it's a secret word. Isostasy, can you say that? Yes, easy enough to say. Isostasy. It means the plasticity of the crust. So the Antarctic, which puts on 100 million tons of weight, and that's every year, is having some effect upon the crust of the Earth. In its plasticity, it's going up and down a bit, and it does move up and down. It modulates, it goes up and down, it undulates, if you like, because it's trying to create its own heat underneath with all continents cause pressure. But because it's in a particular zone, which is in the South Pole, it's on the top of the pole. We're not quite certain yet how that actually affects the isostasy, or the plasticity or relative plasticity in that particular area, with the building up of snow or ice mass over so many millions of years. But that's because then they say, oh, the Antarctic is losing more ice. That's because it's got a lot more ice to lose. It's like a man in the casino with millions and millions, a billionaire at the casino. He can lose a lot more money and not bother to be bothered, and just still be as rich at the end of the night as some poor bloke goes in there, tries his luck, and loses all his money. You see, it's just like that. It's got so much ice to spare, and it's spreading out. And what happens is, where there's big pieces of ice that go over the sea, like they go right out, big hands, if you like, and the ice flows, and they go right out of the sea. Oh, it's as big as New York or whatever it is. It's irrelevant. They're just spreading out. It builds up. Cools the sea down enough in the winter. It builds on top of the sea. It goes out and out into the sea, and then because of the movement in the Earth's crust itself, the Earth's got a wobble in it as well. I mean, it's not a stable, stuck planet. And all these people on Earth think the Earth's some. It's a wonder they believe it spins anymore. They're so thinking it's some fixed object in space. It's not. No planet is. Everything has a sort of its cycles and rhythms and revolutions and evolutions. But what's happening there is there's no more. It's losing more ice because there's more ice to lose. As it builds up more ice, it's bound to be giving or carving off more and more ice into the surrounding seas. It's that simple. So when they say, because they're trying to scare humans into believing that they can change the climate, or they're responsible to change the climate, for changing the climate, to try and show this guilt trip upon them, which is unnecessary, making young people feel bad and making some of them try to make all the people feel guilty about something they're just living a life on a planet with the way it's being developed. Makes no sense whatsoever. But that's why it is in Earth these days. That's why we're really becoming a bit concerned. Just as they see this Elon Musk said he's going to space. Well, maybe that won't be allowed, because until they get the intelligence to realise you can't change the climate on a planet, well, whether they should go any further than beyond that planet is something that the intergalactic masters may have something to say about when they have the next intergalactic meeting, which will be soon. Anyway, I'll get beamed up shortly, so I'll just let you know that I am at Moonbase 1. It's a station put there by the Antarctica. There's another station on Mars, and the one on Mars is another one because what happened with some of the homeless people in Latin America, they're just abductees. They're abducted to Mars. It's all paid by the American government because they're working up there with the Anunnaki. Elon Musk is going to get a surprise when he gets up there. And they are quite happy up there, actually. They're quite happy, and we abduct some up to the moon as well. So, they'd rather be up there than homeless on Earth, and we won't blame them. So there's no need to be homeless, is there, when spending all that money trying to stop climate change in America and England, and not spending 1 cent on trying, and Australia, and other places, and not spending 1 cent on doing anything about all the homeless people. That's a bit sad, really. That's why we look down upon Earth right now from space. Anyway, just my name, it doesn't matter. Samot is my name. Samot Nodgrad Mahag. Bye-bye.